Friday Night Live.
Flip over and send everything flying. Kick those new scopes.
I need a chair. Have you not found about that computer system?
Oh, we're going to start that joke again,
Fucking joke on me.
huh?
Hey guys, sorry about the absence of Friday Night Live. I was crook last week. Were we on the week before?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, okay. On the week before. Because we were talking about Mark 5s, you were saying?
Yeah.
The VX5.
Well, we're talking about scopes in general, but we
Scopes
had,
in general.
we had the NX8 out and we had...
Oh, yeah.
And we had those Brunos as well.
Well, since then we've had the Mark 3 come in, which is a new series by Leupold, which I will talk about. No, fucking Trent can talk about it. And the new
Well, I'm going to be a while, so you might as well start talking.
VX3. No, I'm going to talk about this.
What are you talking about?
My brake. Just a bit of a machining exercise. So, making a brake. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep it. But it was just an idea that I had at the time. There's a brake for an exceedingly large calibered rifle. And yeah, it was an experiment to see if I could actually do it. More than anything. I can. But I think this opening is a bit too big. I don't think it's going to work as much of a muzzle brake as what it should be. But the barrel was a spiral fluted barrel, so I wanted the lines to line up. But I might put an extra couple of lines in or something like that when I do this again. But there you can see there's a cone shaped piece on the inside of the muzzle brake, which I stole from a Pardini air pistol that I had about 15 years ago. And it seemed to work really well to help get rid of the gases out the sides. And it's got a huge big thread on the front which goes onto the gun. And yeah. So she's a big girl. So that was a bit of fun.
And just to piss off the viewers at home, here comes the printer for the first time tonight.
Beautiful.
For the first time tonight.
That's why you point that straight at the printer. So.
G'day Neil, Joe, Brendan, how are you guys? Thanks for tuning in. We are going as fast as we can.
It's been a busy week though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a busy week. We've done a lot of shotguns this week, so we've had some mags that we've done, and bolt handles, and all sorts of other stuff. We've got a carbon fibre bolt handle there to fit to apply its shotgun. Got a couple of guns that we put open sights on. They're all done by the screwer, just got to screw them together. Bill actually took one out today, 375 Remington Ultra Mag that he put a set of express sights on. He took it out and shot it today, so we regulated the sights on that. So that's good fun. A lot of maths involved in that. So, what else as far as gunsmithing? I've spent a lot of week on the machines, so I'm not sure I haven't done as varied work as what Bill has. So that's about it. Apparently the restrictions are going to ease on Monday. So while we're still required to wear masks in store, and we do have some masks here, so if you do rock up and you forgot a mask, we can give you a disposable mask. But we'll be required to wear them tomorrow. Well, I won't be, because I won't be here. It'll be Ross and Trent tomorrow. So, what else has been happening, Ross? You sold a Barrett.
Sold a Barrett, which is going to take 4 years to come out.
So, Barrett MRAD
300 PRC.
and 300 PRC.
It's a 4
4-year wait. Client's happy to do it.
Apparently,
If you want the best, you know, it is what it is.
The client's actually watching right now.
Hey, client.
apparently the TRG use MRADs now.
I doubt it.
No, a mate of mine, he makes some fittings for police vehicles,
Oh, okay.
and he had to make a trade for a police MRAD in
Yeah,
free
right.
grade. He does talk a bit of nonsense sometimes,
Well,
but
it's going to be a long time between police shootings and if it's 4 year wait.
yeah. Yeah, so you can make all the fittings for that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know they used to have AIs and stuff.
Mm.
Mark wants to know if we've got any parts for turning gel blasters into real guns.
Yeah, lots of stuff, mate. Yep. Obviously, it's a bit of a piss take, but those people who don't know, I did do a interview recently on the comments made by the police minister that a gel blaster can get turned into a gun, or that parts of a gel blaster are used to build a gun, and the whole thing was nonsense.
See you, Rocky.
You going away?
Yeah, I'm fucking off.
Take it easy, mate.
See you in the morning.
I'll see you in the morning.
Catch you later, Ross.
Yeah.
So a bit of rain this afternoon. Car park was full of water. It was good fun.
Anyone out on their bikes?
But not as bad as a lot of places. Apparently, a lot of shops are leaking, and McGowan's press conference was flooded out, so he would have been a bit snaky about that.
Scoot. Howdy, homos. I mean, homies.
So yeah, but it's actually been a pretty busy week for us. So last week with the COVID restrictions and everything was pretty quiet, and then it made up for it this week. We've got a heap of really big days, so a lot of people must be thinking about investing their tax checks, and this is as good a place as any to put it. But also thinking about going out shooting, which is good. This weather fucks a little bit, but it's certainly if you stay on the fire breaks and whatnot, you can get around the packs and flog some ferals. Go out target shooting. Well done to Scoops for winning some competition. He was telling me what he fucking won. Did you actually listen to it?
Not really, you just want something.
He's on a pat on the back, I think.
You beat all the other guys, all the other geriatrics.
Beat off all the other geriatrics.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Hold on, mate. Was that at the Bukaki party afterwards? So this Mark III's actually got the flasher focus, like the really ultra fast quick focus, which is in here. Like the normal VX3s have the whole rear thing turn, but with the Leupold Mark III's, it's only the inside piece. I just noticed that then.
Oh, just the
diopter.
diopter.
Yeah. Sorry?
Just the diopter.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it had side focus for adjusting your parallax.
Yeah.
I think
on a 3 to 9 though.
I kind of wish it had first focus.
The bigger ones will, like
Yeah.
6 to 18 and the 28 to 24.
I think I've seen pictures of it.
24.
I think I saw pictures of a 3 to 9, but I don't know if it was pictures of a scope on a 3 to 9 article that was a different scope.
Typically on a 3 to 9, you only really have parallax if you're using like 10 metres or something
Yeah.
like that. So you can get your parallax adjustment right back. You can get the focus in as well as get rid of your parallax error. Typically speaking. Oh, excuse me.
It's been like that.
It's been a big day, isn't it?
It's been a big week. It's been a big week. Lots and lots of sales, so people have been absolutely.
Just fucking brag, already.
Well, I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. That's what it is.
Shake your dick.
Yeah. We had fuck all sales the week before, so it you know, like if you guys had it called up, you're more than likely you would have a really good chance of going through to the voicemail because we've just been flat out all day, every day. So
Which is good.
yeah.
Keeps me busy too, because there's a lot of shop, like gunsmithing stuff coming in. I've got a lot of big jobs on at the moment, stuff that I'm going to have to invest a lot of time in. But Bill's getting through a lot of the smaller stuff, so small repairs and stuff like that. But we're still swamped for work, yeah? So don't be in a big hurry to get us everywhere.
Nah, and don't be angry if you ring up and you need something done straight away and we say sorry guys,
Go fuck yourself.
I don't
Don't
think
take it personally.
I don't think we'd word it quite like that, but well, some of you we would, but
You can take it a piss.
yeah. But no, like we just. I think it's the same.
ADI reloading manuals. You got plenty of them in stock.
Well, I
as
don't have plenty, but I've got a little bit left because they're on back order again.
Cool.
So what we've got left, we've got probably 10 left.
So if you want a hard copy of the ADI Reloaders manual, which I absolutely have to have a hard copy whenever I reload ammunition, it is definitely worthwhile investing in one of these. Unless you didn't...
Turn it the right way for
And unless you didn't get the post earlier in the week, we have a shitload of ADI at the moment. Probably not the one that you're looking for, but the common ones. 06H, we've got a bit of 08.
We got no 08.
Okay, he's out
So
of
I've got
08.
them.
You got more 08 coming?
Not at this stage, but I will try.
Soon. So, but if you need any powders in particular, put your name down because we're getting hold of it pretty quickly, yeah? ADI gunpowders, best gunpowders you can buy. Yeah.
Well, we're giving it a red hot crack anyway.
But all your rifle data and everything there. Really like it because now they also have your trim lengths. 6mm Creedmoor, trim length 1.91.
Reloading course coming up.
12th of August.
Yep.
Right? August?
Yeah, August, yeah.
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 Reloading course, $95, whatever we charge for it. Thursday night. If you're thinking about it, put your name down.
Yeah, we've already got a couple on that, so don't wait too long.
Yeah, definitely worthwhile investing in a reloading manual. Now, how do you decipher this sort of stuff? So let's have a look at a caliber that no one's got, and that way no one can really take my words verbatim. So, whether we 310, 300 Remington Ultra Magnum, 300 Weatherby Magnum. Not many people got them. 30 Nosler. Okay, 30 Nosler. Not many people got a 30 Nosler. Okay, so if we look at this data here, these are all your bullet weights in ascending order. So what you want to do, the first thing you want to do is find the bullet weight that's closest to whatever you're using. Now they list specific projectiles here. You see this is a Barnes TSX. You need to be careful because that Barnes TSX is a solid copper projectile. And it is going to have higher pressure than a 130, say a 130 grain spear. Nosler E-tip, same thing, solid copper, so it'll be more pressure than a weight from a projectile with a lead core. But if you're shooting like a 190 grain, that's a Nosler Accubon long range, so that's a good one to choose from. That's another Barnes projectile there. 180 grain Sierra hollow point boat tail, we'll just use that one. So you might be shooting a 180 grain Nosler hollow point boat tail or a Hornady hollow point boat tail. It'll be very similar. You can use similar sort of data. I'd certainly use the same starting load. And you've got a list of powders here. 2213, 17, 2225. So how do you know which powder to choose to load? Well, you want to use the powder that's the most efficient for your gun. Now, the gun that they tested this in is it's a 24-inch barrel, whatever it is. They're using Winchester primers, 1 in 10 twist, and the barrel length is 24 inches. And in that length barrel, they developed all these loads here, yeah? Now, the max pressures will all be about the same. They'll have the same peak pressure, 62.5, 63, 62.8 thousand PSI. So it's all about the same pressure. And at that pressure, they developed these velocities. So with 2213, the max velocity they got was 3,059. 2217 is 3,090. 2225 is 3,099. So even though it's in the short barrel, the slowest burning powder, 2225, developed the highest velocity for the same pressure. So 2225 is actually the most efficient powder to use in a 24-inch barrel, and it would get even better with longer barrels. Slower powders work better in longer barrels. So the best powder to choose would be 2225. Now, if you only had a 20-inch barrel, well, then it would be a toss-up between 2225 and 2217, because 2217 might actually work better in your short barrel because it's a faster burning powder and you end up with less flash and that sort of stuff. And then you come back here and you pick your starting load, 75 for 2217 or 76 for 2225, and you would load from there, and then you would slowly build up until you see pressure signs. But that's how you choose the powder. You use the one with the most efficient speed. So, very important. You can get all this data online, but if you need a hard copy, we've got plenty of them here for sale, so come in and grab them.
Get in and grab them before we go on. Quite be interesting with the sound with the
Yeah. Hope this microphone helps.
Yeah, it'll be fluffy.
So let us know if you can't hear us, or if you can hear us, give us a thumbs up. And yeah.
What else is new? You want to talk about the difference between these two? Let's get into that.
What differences would you like to know between these two, Zane? Well, what are they? Tube size, the different makes, the different models of the same make.
Different magnification powers.
Magnification, got different turrets. One's a gold ring, one's a black ring. However, still is a gold ring. Don't shoot shit. It's silly. But anyway, Mark III HD. So these are the new ones from Leupold. We have been waiting a little while from them.
Hang on. Oh, bugger it. Let's just point it down that way.
No, I've actually been waiting a little while for these to come in. I've been hanging out. This one is the Mark III HD. It's the 3 to 9 by 40. It has got a 30mm main tube on it, and it is a milled dot reticle with the P5 turrets. Very, very positive elevation turret. They're brilliant setup, and they are just super simple to use. I haven't had a good look at it yet. It's nice. This one is going for $930. I think it'll be really good. It's their tactical style or aimed scope. So get in and have a look at that while we've got them. We are waiting on the other ones. We've got a couple of bigger ones on order. Downside of the bigger ones, and this is the sort of letdown, is the fact that they only do them in second focal. They don't do any first focal, but hopefully that's coming. I don't know if you've heard any different, Zed.
I haven't heard anything yet. Obviously, it'll come eventually. But
Yeah.
if they were to reduce, they brought that out in a first focal plane off the bat,
Yeah.
it would have killed sales in a lot of other products.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's got to fit into a point in the market and then judge from there.
Yeah. So that's an absolutely awesome setup. This one is the VX3 HD. So this is the next step up from the VX3i. VX3i is now dead. They're obsolete, and they've gone to the VX3 HD. 4.5 to 14, 1-inch main tube on this one. Does have the locking turret, though, the zero stop turret with this locking button. I think it's awesome. What's that one running? That one's just running the duplex reticle in it. Perfect for your hunter. So if you've got a hunting rifle, and it doesn't matter what caliber it is, whether it's, it could be 22 Hornet, right up to a big one, 308. If you're using it on ruse at 200 meters maximum, then why wouldn't you use one of these? It's also got the ability for a CDS turret. It's still zero locked, but you can actually give Leupold Custom Shop over east or you come in and see us, your load that you're running, and they can burn you a turret that'll just go on, and it's as simple as ranging up where you want it to go or where the target is and dialing it to that distance.
But don't all Leupolds do that now?
Yeah, so every Leupold now comes with the option to have a CDS turret.
Even the Freedoms.
Even the Freedoms, even the cheapest ones.
It's a good selling point for Leupolds, I think.
And people have been using that for a little while. You know, we've been actually sending off quite a few to get burnt. So don't be afraid to jump on it and do it, because it will help you in the long run. Got a few things I can hear. Yeah, Leo, it does sound like we're having our next shower. Teddy, MRAD, MOA, or both. On the Mark III HD, mate, this one is in mils. I'd have to double check. I don't think there's a 3 to 9 in MOA at the moment. I think it's all in mils, but that's something I'll have to check for you later. Sweet.
Cool.
Yes.
I really like the zero lock idea.
It's a cool turret.
I'm going to pull those apart. Oh no, I can't take the other one off that one because I don't have the right size Allen key, I don't think. They're pissy little Allen keys, yeah? Yeah, right. Let's have a look. That's one.
Funnily enough, we've already had these turrets off. We're checking out a couple of different things.
Yeah.
So, not the other one. That's just what we do.
This box for it.
It'll be in there.
It's the VX3, isn't it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, VX3 HD. The other one that we've actually still got on the shelf, which I didn't think we would, is we've still got one of the VX3i LRPs in 6.5 to 20. I thought
That'll be the last one in existence.
it's
Yeah.
the last one in captivity.
Yeah,
so
I mean, we do keep saying that.
well, it is
and then we
the
get
last-
another one.
Someone
No,
will pick it up.
that is
Yeah.
the last one.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Everything you need in mind, all the options that you need for long range shooting with really good optics quality. So it's got it over any of the shit optics quality, cheaper Chinese sort of products in that respect. But it's not as expensive as like a Night Force or something like that.
Yeah.
So this is and you probably want to come in a bit closer to this one. This is the Mark 3, the new one. It's got the 0 stop turret, and how it works is, because you'll notice that you only get one revolution, yeah? So it starts at 0, and this is in mil, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it stops at there at 6 mil. Then you get 6 mil of adjustment, which is on a 308's, 800 yards, but it's still, it's only single turn turret. And the reason for that is that if we take this turret off, and they come with the Allen key to take it off, so that way you can re-zero it and everything as well. Okay, so the turret itself, the little Allen keys screw onto this red piece, and it might be hard to see, but there's a ring that runs around the turret here, and it's got a leg on it. It's got that foot on it right there that sticks up, and that foot is the 0 stop. Inside the turret itself, there's a little ball bearing which is rigid in there.
Just trying to focus.
The ball bearing comes around. You might have to back up a little bit.
No, it's focusing.
At the bottom there of the cap.
Little silver ball bearing, and that hits the 0 stop. That's what stops it when it's like hit 0. Yeah. So that's the way that single turn 0 stop turret works. But the Allen key on these ones are smaller. Why would you do that, Leupold? Why would you make 2 different Allen key sizes?
It's not.
Fuck off.
It's exactly the same.
Which one's different then? One of the other ones is different. The LRPs are bigger.
Yeah, the LPs are bigger.
No, there's another one.
That's the same. There you
Maybe
go.
it was fucked up. Okay, so this is the turret on the 0 lock turret.
The VX2
And it-
HD.
Doesn't have a leg. What it's actually got is a recess that the turret runs in. Yeah? So the turret runs in this.
And see, instead of
Is
the...
that only a single turn as well? Because typically they're multi-turn.
See, it's got that little... On the push button there, it moves that little dick.
And the dick runs in the race.
Yep.
Back at the...
So you have to push the dick in to get it out of that little recess that's there. So that's why it locks in that position. You got to push it in to allow it to turn. But this is only a single turn as well. So it only turns once. But I could probably machine that out, I reckon, and get it to go around again.
Probably.
Well, I know the bigger ones, yeah. That race that goes around in there goes around 3 times. But the point I was saying is that I see no reason why Leupold couldn't flick that one off and put that collar on there.
Yeah, well, that'd be...
And put the 0 lock turret on the... it's not offered from the factory, but get a Mark 3 with all the features like TMR reticle and all that sort of shit, but with a 0 lock turret. Yeah?
Something that might be worth
Not a
asking.
silly idea.
I don't know, I like my turrets on this. Well, everybody's entitled to have what they like.
No, they're not. Everyone else is fucking wrong.
Nobody has to like everything that you like, otherwise the world would be a shit place.
Well, because the other one I wanted to do is that ring that's in there has the indents for 0, so it'll lock at 0. But I could machine little slots out so you could actually have it indexed so you would push it in and turn it and it would go clink and lock at lock at 100 metres, or 200 metres, 300 metres, 400 metres, 500 metres, actually tink, 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 you'd actually feel it.
Do you reckon that might void your warranty?
Maybe you should buy one and have a play with it.
Only if Michael Kineen notices.
I think you might. He's pretty cluey.
But you know, it's like there's no reason why we can't come up with these brilliant fucking ideas which work really well for what we want to do.
Yeah, and then Billy Bob fucking Leupold doesn't fucking come to the party and make them for us.
Well, and I'll ring up Michael Kineen and say, hey, can you fucking pop that thing off and replace it with this one that I've made? And then if the shit hits the fan, it's like, oh, Mick, just pop that one off, put the factory one back on.
You fucked up, bro. What he says?
No, he might just throw me out.
I think he will.
Well, I mean, if you had a warranty, like, let's pretend that you're one of the very rare people who has a warranty issue with a Leupold scope.
Yeah.
Like, that won't be what's causing it. It'll be a lens comes loose or something stupid like that. You get a bit of moisture in it or something. And or in good faith, if I've dicked around with a turret on it, I really don't think they're going to hang me out to dry. Oh, fuck you. All right. No, fuck you. I'll do it to my scopes and you can eat shit. Work out how to do it yourself. Fuck it.
I'm not changing one, so I don't care, bro.
No, I'm going to experiment on yours.
Yeah, fuck yourself. I'm not going to do it to yours. You get fucked.
It was a good idea.
I'm not saying it's not. All I said was, do you think it might void your warranty? I think it
Why do
might.
you have to go and shit on my party? Hey?
Because that's what you do to me every single day.
That's because you have shit ideas.
Every day. I turn up to work and it's like, what are you putting it back in the box for?
So, anyone who's ordered Uber Eats recently will have noticed that you can now get priority delivery on your Uber Eats.
How much extra is it?
$2.
$2.
You pay $6 for delivery, pay an extra $2 and get priority delivery.
So you
What
look.
are they saying? Has all of Uber Eats been lacking before, and they're just like, look, just take an extra few minutes to deliver this shit.
I think
what bring out the priority mark.
I think what it means is that if you're priority, you like if they're only going to pick up your food, whereas if it's not, they'll pick up everyone's food.
For an extra $2.
What difference does it make?
We were actually discussing this before at lunchtime, and we reckon it might also be if you don't pick the priority, old mate doesn't.
You don't get the same sort of service.
Yeah, he just throws your food on the ground at your door somewhere.
What started off is that they just leave it at the end of the car park, and you have to walk down there and get it yourself. You know.
And then we might have.
They might not even pull into Sampson Street. They might just throw it out the window as they go past on Avenue.
It sends you a text to say it's on Albany Highway somewhere.
So I had a nice big Indian feed today for lunch, and we were imagining eating it off the lawn with a fork.
Hey Jace, how are you, mate? Speaking of feed, you haven't brought us any food lately.
Been a couple of years, Jace, I believe, since I've seen you last.
I'm wasting a lot of shadow here, buddy.
No, we had him on for one of our early episodes.
Wait.
The scoop records they have
Like
to
a year
paddle
ago.
faster. Especially this one. This weather, they have to paddle faster. Oh, pedal.
Mate,
Pedal.
It actually says pedal.
But paddle is a bit appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is that if you don't pay for priority, do they just walk to your house and deliver your food?
Backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your time. Kick your food down the street
Yeah,
like
it's it.
fucking empty cardboard boxes.
You only get half of it. You don't get your drink.
Don't eat it on the way there. Your priority mail.
Where's
If you
banana?
don't pay for priority, I get to scab some of your chips.
He goes,
That's what
oh, he's like, Rocky, oh, sorry, did I get naan bread with that?
Nah.
No.
They forgot it. Must have forgotten.
Yeah, that'd be right. That sounds about right.
Have you spoken about those?
Yeah, a couple of times. Fuck off. We've done, how many episodes have we done now?
Oh, it's probably close to 60.
Yeah. We don't have that much shit in the shop.
Well, I just know you had these rock up today.
Yeah, but I've had them before.
They're a high score bipod, but they're a...
Carbon fibre.
Yeah, we've had them for about a year. The carbon
I've never
fibres.
seen the carbon fibre ones before.
That's what they're
You don't pay
popular.
enough attention, do you?
No, I don't. So
So,
these have got they're swivel,
yep,
and they're a carbon fibre legs.
that's right, yeah. So,
How much lighter are they?
they're fucking not.
They're not. They're
They're
the same.
not. They're not. Well, that big lever throws a bit onto it, you know what I mean? So, Me and Ross were discussing this today, and he got out the original 6 to 9 swivel high score Leupold. And then, to be honest, they're the ones that we sell the most of. And he said, oh, no, the carbon fibre one's heaps lighter. It's heaps lighter. I can tell it's heaps lighter. And then he picked them both up and he went, oh, it's still lighter. And it's fucking... He must have better arms than me because I couldn't figure out which one.
I've gotten into trouble in the past and ripping the piss out of people who have to have everything ultra lightweight. Because it makes a difference when you're trekking up and down mountains in Tibet looking for sheep or something. But
Yeah.
I think the big advantage of the carbon fibres is that they will look good for a lot longer. If you've got the aluminium, they're going to chip and they're going to be a little bit ratty after a year for regular use. The carbon fibre is going to look the same. Maybe.
You might also scrape a bit off it and get yourself some mesothelioma.
Yeah.
Might end up on your carbon fibre rear wing. In the Commodore.
Oh, is that what it is?
Morphy.
Hold your wing up with the legs.
That's it.
And you got telescopic ones too.
That's how people know you're a shooter.
Yeah, your iPod's holding.
Do you know what I seen yesterday? Fucking worst thing I've ever seen in the history of things. A fucking Commodore spoiler on an XR6 turbo.
How the fuck would you know? Would have like a sticker on it or something?
No, you just tell the difference. If you're that guy, stop it. Now. Don't. Please. Nearly fucking threw my
No
lunch
one
up.
fucking cares. Fucking Alan.
Yeah, exactly, Scoop. Yeah,
Cheek piece.
he should get it. Yeah, I actually run one of these on my 223, and underneath it I put some packing foam.
Yeah, to lift under the back of it to stop the recoil, savage recoil.
No, under the front. You can't say that word. It's not a nice word anymore. I've already been told that I can't say that word. It's a harsh word. And I put it under here to lift my cheek up, and because I could shape it to how I wanted, for my hunting run, it's very quick, get it up, bang, I'm on, I'm straight through my scope, doesn't matter what power it's on, dead root. Like that, done.
Do you struggle to look through the scope now with your no neck, now that it's up so high? Or does it actually assist?
Yeah, well, that was the problem to begin with, was the scope sits too high and I couldn't reach it. So
You can't really turn your head over much to fucking look through the scope.
you're not supposed to turn your head over.
You're not, no.
No,
Well, you can't.
so, no, but like bad technique there, bro.
But yeah, and then you can,
The only thing
so
I'd
for all
say-
different stock designs, you can just Velcro this through the loops.
He's nearly 100% correct when he says all different stock designs. They
Velcro.
don't do one for a left hand, so you have to turn it around.
Just turn it around.
Yeah, no, but that's not right.
Why? What's wrong with that? Because it's supposed to be thicker at the back and thinner at the
Then
front.
how do you put that on?
Just get a pair of scissors. I'll just wrap it around the front.
And these are the front of what? The barrel.
The cone.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, sure.
Just tie it to the back of the box.
Yeah, that's all you do. Just put it through your trigger guard.
Yeah.
It's fine. And these ones here, they're either too long or too short when you turn them
We
around.
just swap them around.
Yeah, no.
Just take them
But
off.
even when you do that, they're either just doesn't work.
Just shoot it right in.
Yeah, I was going to say, just get it right-handed rifle.
So, Alan, cheek piece, it's got a few extra rounds in the cheek. What would you put in there?
For you, probably your
Oh,
tampons.
no, you put like a,
You put your tampons in there for sure.
well, we never to say that, it's sexist.
No, it's not. It's not my fault you use feminine hygiene products.
Well, I don't need to have feminine hygiene products, I had a coil film. No, what would you put in there? Would you put like your fox whistle or what? Like, what?
I don't know, I can't look at you the same.
What else would
I
you
had
put
a
in?
coil fitted. A fucking heli coil.
I suppose it wouldn't matter, you probably still do.
Fucking hell.
Federal Premium Ballistic Tip in Nosler, Farmageddon. Farmageddon?
In the 204.
Oh no, it's ballistic. It's ballistic. 204.
204.
32 grainer. Haven't been able to get them for a while. I haven't noticed them on the shelf.
Lame
for
a
a
bit
while.
flatter.
Yeah, Alan, I reckon they're a good brand too, mate.
Alan?
Alan?
Wait, is it spelled the same as your last name?
It is.
Yeah, right. Is it like your uncle or something?
I wish.
Yeah, I was going to say, you go work for him.
Oh, fucking would, don't you worry. Heartbeat.
There.
So it's doing 4,000 feet per second, so they're smoking along. Ballistic tips are a little bit tougher proggy, so if you are shooting something a little bit heavier, it's It's not going to be as bad as a VMAX. A VMAX is very fragile.
I watched a movie the other night where
Why are the packets like that, but the rounds are in there upside down? I fucking hate that.
oh no.
Yeah.
I watched a movie the other night where old mate chambered his round into his gun, pulled the trigger, and then it did a slow-mo shot where it followed the bullet, but it was the whole thing flying through the air until it hit the target.
You think the CGI guys would do a little bit of...
You think somebody would go,
Which
nah.
bit is it actually that
Yeah,
comes
that's
out?
probably not right.
I've never seen another movie where it's... Like, it's as if they've never seen another movie.
No, ever.
Like, what was the movie with Wanted or whatever it
I
was?
wanted where the bullet curves.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even they show just the fucking projects. Like, the CGI guys have never seen another movie ever.
Can you imagine the BC on all those hand fucking engraved bullets that these cunts were shooting?
You'd be like, 0.2.
Yeah, but he shoots it.
0.1.
He shoots it from one city to another city,
Yeah.
and somehow it flies that far.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It goes through some guy's coffee cup and shit like that.
Yeah. Some lady's eating a donut straight through the guts.
Yeah.
Oh, Leupold brass.
Leupold. So obviously, you know, Leupold is one of the premium brands of brass manufacturing. Really good quality brass. It's also very strong brass, and you'll know that when 6.5 Creedmoor came out, actually, even though it carries more capacity than a 6.5 by 47 Leupold, the 6.5 by 47 Leupold was out competing it because the Leupold brass was much, much stronger than the Hornady brass, so you could load it up to a higher pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But now Leupold make brass for the Creedmoor as well. And one thing that I thought was noteworthy is that this 6.5 Creedmoor brass made by Leupold doesn't have a large rifle primer like a lot of 6.5 Creedmoor brass does. It's got a small rifle primer. And why is that?
Prevents distortion of the web.
You being a dick, or is that an actual answer?
Well, yeah, well, that's the idea is that it's stronger in the base there. So you stretch less and you get to use your brass for longer.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is that when you use a small rifle primer, you use a small rifle magnum primer, which has got a thicker web, which means of the cup of the brass, of the primer cup, which allows you to load it up to higher pressure, so you can get even more velocity out of it.
There you go.
I was not expecting you to know the answer, so you fucked that for me.
I know.
I was going to say, I can see the disappointment in his face.
And the funny thing about it was he picked it because he thought that he was going to go, how do you like that, Trent? Trent, you're a shit cunt.
I didn't think you could read the Leupold catalogue, that's all.
I didn't. That just stands to reason, doesn't it?
Well, it's not as obvious as what a lot of people would think.
Well, that's
if you're in the industry...
I think I've been in the industry long enough for that to make sense to me now.
What's it been, Trent? 5.5 years?
5?
Yeah.
Something like that.
So,
Fucking way too long.
Yeah.
small rifle Leupold cases, we've got them on the shelf. Yes, it's more expensive than the standard brass, but that itself explains why it's more expensive, because it's not just standard brass, it's not just cheap off the shelf shit, and it's purpose made.
And you'll get more reloads out of it, and you can push it harder, and it costs you less than
You get your money back.
So there you go.
Sure.
Jesse, no, we don't have any bulk packs of the 22 WinMag hollow points.
Aren't those cartons 22?
At this stage, whatever ammo we can get.
No,
Yeah, I was gonna say, those
I've
are-
only got a couple of the paw packs left. I thought I was out of them, but I do have
Paw pack?
Yep.
Paw pack.
paw.
P-O-U-R?
Yes,
Oh.
not POOR.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like
I've actually got 5.
hobo ammo.
I've actually got 5 of them left. So
Yeah, they've been popular, haven't they?
yeah, they have.
I mean,
My favourite part about these is so they look like a milk carton, but if you turn them around, they've got the missing fucking varmint on the back.
Yeah, on the back of the milk carton.
Yeah.
Like they do in
Paw
America.
pack.
So
What's the next one they're going to make? Broke box?
oh, that's a possibility. There you go.
Poverty pack?
The grand,
Unemployed container? Like a plastic box with fucking...
it's the dole check. Fucking
Yeah, the
ammo.
gold check.
You get 5 rounds,
Yeah.
maybe the same, and you got to bum the last 2.
Soup kitchen shooter? Or something like that.
You got to run and be like, got any ammo, Ray? Got any ammo?
Please, sir.
That's
can I have
actually
some
really
more?
fucking rough. I'm sorry out there if you're homeless and you own a phone.
You're watching us online.
Should have picked. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Melbourne.
No,
speaking
there
of
is someone
homeless.
who's homeless who might be watching, Dietrich.
So they won't be watching. He's had enough of us. if you've ever been to Melbourne,
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
When he walked out, that was the last of his requirements
Yeah.
to put up with that shit.
that's it. If you've ever been to Melbourne, there's a lot of homeless people. Now, I'm not laughing at homeless people, but they do have an interesting way of communicating, which I found out by actually being lost in Melbourne. That's a whole different story that I might tell if anybody asks. But I was walking around lost as fuck, and I noticed that written above their little areas that they have was people's writing. So I walked past this one and it's got, Jason, your dog, give me me money. In that white sort of, you know, that marker pen that they have? And I thought, oh yeah, okay, that must have just been there. Walked down about 300 metres and above another set of, you know, sleeping gear, there was, fuck off, you'll get it on Tuesday, written on the wall in white pen. So I thought, isn't that an interesting way? The homeless even have text messaging.
Did you not already have enough 3006 on the shelf here to get another line?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Oh, that's what you get. Put me in charge, you get shit on the shelf. So, what else we got? Because it's 6:15, pissing down rain.
I mean, there's been a shitload of policy stuff to talk about, like the amnesty and the...
Oh yeah,
and
the amnesty. I actually haven't really read anything on it. I've only heard other people talk.
I was under the impression that there was always an amnesty.
I think there should be, but...
There always certainly used to be.
Yeah.
And then, what's his name? The previous police commissioner actually drew, like, he made a big song and dance about an amnesty that he brought in. Callahan. He brought it in big song and dance that there was an amnesty on. I said, there's always been an amnesty on. And then he ended the amnesty. So when he ended, at the end of his amnesty, there's no more amnesty. And no one knew what the fuck was going on. Well, it was really poorly done.
Yeah, right.
And now they're supposedly bringing in another amnesty.
And it's a
But
national.
wasn't there always an amnesty?
Well, that's what I thought. If you turned up, if you're cleaning out Granddad's shed and you come across his old, well, let's face it, it's going to be a single shot Lithgow.
Or a 303.
Probably less of them, but I reckon it'll be a single. Or a fucking Liege hammer shotgun that doesn't fucking work.
Just a lead shotgun is all you need to say.
Oh, true. Or a Boito. Chances are you're going to go, oh, I didn't know that was there. Your granddad probably didn't even realise he had to license it. What do I do with it? You rock it down to the cops and you say, hey, I found this. I think you'd be pretty hard pressed for any of them to charge you.
That's an SST project. No, but I think the thing of the amnesty is that you can take it down there and they're not going to ask you any questions. You know, it's like you don't have to prove where you got it from or any of that sort of crap. You can remain anonymous under the amnesty. Any other time you take it down there, you're probably going to get asked quite.
Now, do you reckon it's more designed at, you know, old mate that found his granddad's gun?
Well, I think it's
Or
just,
do you think it's to get the illegal ones off the street?
I think it's so we're not talking about COVID as much.
You reckon that's what it is?
I think it's a federal plan to fucking get us. Stop. Will you shut up about the fucking vaccines?
Did you hear about that gun amnesty? Yeah, get the legal guns off the street. If there's one thing that we know from a gun amnesty, the fucking rebels are going to be here in the morning handing in all their 9mm and sawed-offs.
So it's like, but it's flogging a dead horse. Like there's that many amnesties on it. There's realistically, anyone who knows anything about guns, you look at the photos and you know that most of the stuff that's handed in is just shit or it doesn't work anyway. And one of the amnesties, they took a photo of all the guns they had handed in that were stacked in 40-gallon drums, 44-gallon drums. They were my guns in my 44-gallon drum. They weren't handed in on the amnesty, and they rolled these things out like they were fucking handed in on the amnesty.
Well, my favourite thing
Bullshit.
a couple of weeks ago was the Tasmanians with their, oh, look at all the illegal guns we got off the streets. Look at these. There's a military-style weapon in here. Righto.
Was it a gel blaster?
No, it was like a real old fucking revolver pistol. Breakback, you know, fucking, probably didn't even work.
Brokeback, do you about to say? Brokeback now.
Brokeback.
Your favourite movie.
My favourite people. Yeah. Can't get past Jake Gyllenhaal. What a dreamboat.
It was Jake Gyllenhaal and the Aussie dude.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Joker. But yeah.
So I had a crack at him at the premiere.
What about the increases in licensing fees? Yeah, what about them?
So licensing fees. Licensing fees under Lisa Harvey went to a user pay system. And so that was her big sell on it, yeah? It was like user pays and this is what it's going to be. And application fees went from like $32 to $179 and that sort of stuff. And it was huge. And they're like, this is to reflect the cost of things. And then slowly they've been creeping up from there every year, but not much, a few dollars. And that's just as a reflection of GDP or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then this year, dealer licenses in particular, they went up to 138%, manufacturers licenses 138% just for the renewals. And we're talking 138%, not $2 to $6. We're talking $120 to $250, whatever it is. 116 to 235 or something.
Hundreds of dollars.
It was a big increase. And they're selling it on this idea of, well, it's a reflection of the cost of processing licenses. Well, then what's happened in the last year that it costs so much extra now for the police to do the same job they were doing 12 months ago? Is it that
Maybe.
because the actual process itself hasn't changed? Like the cost of processing, like the dealer forms that we do, they've been changed 3 times in the last year and then reverted back to the original forms because their new forms don't work. 3 times. Now, we're still doing these in the same forms we were using 12 months ago. So why is it costing them so much more, I imagine, in man hours to do the same job they were doing 12 months ago?
Maybe the old saying, you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. Maybe with this new pricing structure, they'll actually pay the guys in there a little bit more to do the job, which means there's more incentive for them to do it properly and quickly. Or am I thinking about this?
No, it's a government job. Like, it's not.
Well, you see, I reckon that the
You make it
monkeys.
sound like it's. Sorry, Dave. You make it sound like it's paid per license they approve.
Maybe it is, but maybe that's what it's gone to.
No, because then they'd be.
Imagine that. Stamp.
Well, I reckon that Trent's partly right. I reckon that they are in fact using monkeys, but in fact they're using a left-handed monkey now, which is why they've got to charge more.
What's wrong with left-handers?
The monkey's got to use his left hand instead of his right hand.
Maybe because they've been there for 5 years, they're still waiting for their grant to come through for pens, and they're all sharing a pen or something.
Or maybe they've got to carve like a feather quill every morning.
Yeah, well, that's true.
When's the next regular?
So
16th?
12th of August.
12th of August, Brendan.
So sign up for that. But no,
12th of August,
the
mate.
increase in fees is not like it was. The increase in fees usually happened under a Liberal government. We've now changed to a Labor government, and it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And we were told under the Liberal government that yes, we realised that these increases were astronomical, but we're going to take measures to try and reduce the red tape and make it a lot more efficient to bring the costs back down. And in fact, that hasn't happened under a Labor government, it's actually gotten worse. Now, I'm not saying it's the Labor government's fault, but it certainly hasn't gotten any better.
But it's the aliens.
Well, there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, this is a product of the Shooters and Fishers Party not getting a seat. No, it's got fuck all to do with that, This is to do with a policy that was introduced 6 years ago, whenever it was, when it originally done. It certainly hasn't gotten any better, but to put it at the feet of one political party over another, just because you happen to have a political affiliation with the other side, or whatever it is not the answer to this. And yeah, it's sad that the Shooters and Fishers didn't get a seat, but these things aren't all a product of that, And if Shooters and Fishers are in power like they were when the original increases came in, it's very unlikely that anything would change.
Yeah, well, they couldn't stop it either.
But that's not in top. They're two different issues. They're two different points. I'm not trying to equate anything to one or another. What else have we got to talk about as far as politics?
Nah, I'm fucking knackered. I just want to go.
Fuck off. You got your fucking Xbox bloody power pack today and you want to go home and fucking plug it in. That's what it is. You just want to go home and play video games. Some of us actually do.
You see, I have no problem with this because,
here we go.
After 6 on a Friday night,
It is easy though to still be working when you haven't quite reached out 8 hours in your day yet.
What's the time?
Nearly 6:30.
That's about 8 then.
About 8.
About 8 then.
Yeah, well, I'm racking on fucking 10.
Boo, you get paid by the hour though.
Yeah, but not since we locked up.
Oh, don't you?
No, I've never been
Oh,
paid.
fucking hang around here for all as long as I got them.
I've never been paid for Friday Night Live, mate.
It probably wasn't so bad back when we used to have a beer on Friday night.
Yeah, I know.
You put up with it.
Now I'm just going to hang out with you for free. It
Yeah,
sucks.
that's it. Can't even get a half cut. Fucking put up with you. And
fucking
put up with you sober.
Yeah, and everybody used to bring me food. Everybody bring me fuck all. It's
No, that's it. They're like, oh, these cunts are never going to be famous. I'm not feeding them. So everyone who loves us doesn't feed us anymore.
If you're not famous by your 60th episode, you're not making it, guys.
No, that's
Fucking
it.
Get off.
Yeah,
Get off.
Get your own biscuits. You shit.
Debeaton stock 308 Winchester brass. Matty, yes, normally.
Have you got any there?
I think I've only got Palmer brass at the moment in Leupold.
You've got left palmer and right palmer. Yeah, I know. And the camera couldn't see that. I don't think it's got any thin through.
No, you do. It's behind the nozzle brass. But yeah, so I've only got Palmer brass at the moment, mate. But normally we do try.
What do you mean Palmer brass?
It's got the small.
Lepore brass.
Yeah.
Lepore but Palmer.
Palmer. Yeah. So, Lepore, Matty. Lepore is all I've got at the moment.
Yeah, cool.
What do you reckon we call it? Because I'm knackered on going.
So sign up the
And it's not
range
raining.
course. So we've got a long range course. Tomorrow's the last day that you can sign up for it. We've got a long range course not this weekend, next weekend.
Yep.
So on the
Friday and Saturday.
What's
It's
the
the
date?
16th and 17th.
16th and 17th. So sign up for that.
Next
All you
Friday
need-
and Saturday.
Just make sure you got a gun that you've got ammo that shoots at least an inch growth through it.
But you need to sign up tomorrow. If you don't sign up tomorrow,
Then you won't get on it. You'll get on the next one, which is I think
no,
we
you
got
won't.
like
No, you won't because we're locked. That one's pretty much locked out. That one's pretty much sold out now.
we got 10 people on.
Yeah, pretty close.
Pretty close, which means
I
not.
think we got 11.
Fuck.
So,
All right.
Actually, and I don't think we have one in September, so the next one would be November, wouldn't it?
No,
We've
we've
got-
got one.
Because we don't have anything for September.
Oh wait, don't you have a marksman course?
We've got a marksman in October,
sorry, got.
so the next one will be November.
So we've got one in July. July. We've got a long range in August. That's the 20th, 21st.
Yeah, then we've got nothing in September.
Okay.
And then we've got the marksman.
Yeah, because September is usually when we do like VIP shit,
Yeah. And then,
which we'll have to run.
and then October we've got a marksman's course. That's the last one for the year. And then we've got a November long range course, and that's the last one for the
That'll
year.
be like the first week in November.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. I'll have to check the dates.
Okay.
Something like
Yeah. And then we've got a couple of people that might want to run a private course in there sometime.
that. We've always got people that want to run private courses.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of trying to fit them in somewhere.
Yeah. And we're also thinking of doing introducing an introductory course, like a very simple half-day introductory course, and it would be run at Pinjar at the range
Wow.
up there. We haven't spoken to them about it yet, so I don't want to chuck them in the deep end.
Yeah.
But this is an idea that we want to float. But I also want to try and judge if people will be interested in something like that. It'll be half day. We try and keep the costs down as much as possible. You know, obviously not putting food and all that sort of shit on it. But it would give you an opportunity to go down there. We could actually stand behind you while you're shooting, give you pointers on your marksmanship principles. There'll be a little bit of long range sort of stuff in there.
Are we live?
It'll take a minute to come through on the morning.
It'll probably, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just got you walking off, so.
Okay, we might be.
So, like I said, we've got a course idea in mind, which is a simple introductory course. It'll be half a day. We keep the costs down. We get you shooting better on your equipment. We'd also take some of our guns up there so you can give people an opportunity to shoot a gun that perhaps they've never shot before, like a high power of some sort, like a 308 or a 3006 or a 309 mag or something like that. Give people the opportunity to shoot guns with and without muzzle brakes on as well, to sort of judge the difference there. So we're just trying to gauge popularity, if people would be interested in that sort of stuff, as well as talk to Warra about it, hiring their facilities and that sort of stuff. But we hope to make like a good half day out of it, that people can come down on a Friday afternoon or something like that and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, so it'll be a maximum of 10 people at a time. We haven't costed anything or anything yet, but we will look into it and we'll get it sort of done
Cheers, Chris. Good to hear.
Brad, shotgun for fun, under $1,000. You can't go past the Adlers and the straight pulls. They would be what I would pick. And yeah, Chris, yeah, probably afford to do it that way.
So straight pull Adlers, I think the most expensive straight pull Adler goes for $930. So
Yeah, that's
the
definitely
big
worth
tactical one with a detachable magazine and all that sort of stuff.
it. Yeah. Alright, well let us know if you think that's a good idea. We're going to scoot, I reckon, because the rain's starting again. And it's
Yeah, it's just easing off. Get the fuck out of here.
Alright, so thanks very much. See you guys tomorrow. Me and Ross are on tomorrow till 4 o'clock.
Here's your locks.
What
What are you done with it? You fucking eating them.
I don't know what you're doing. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you later.